Despite 75 years of independence, we are still a developing nation. What are the reasons for this? I can give you some leads: unemployment, poverty, overpopulation, lack of government policies, and so on. You can work on this and you can start the discussion.
Download the SSB SureShot app from Google Play Store to access courses for written exams like NDA, CDS and AFCAT. You can also find courses for SSB personality development and spoken English. Apply the coupon code SIGNUP15 to get 15% off on your first purchase. Call us on 725-930-7111 for any queries.
Okay,
and second, take the population of India. So according to my point of view, it is a major factor because of which the last 70 years India was unable to develop the infrastructure and all kind of priority, and because of the having a large amount of population, it was difficult to get the employment and that kind of things. The population is a major factor.
I also think so, gentlemen, that overpopulation is also a main reason for this. That we are still a developing country, because if there is a limited population, then we will have to use limited resources, and we can use the more resources in our developing.
I agree with test number 3. We are overpopulated, but the thing is, there are skilled laborers and unskilled laborers. Because of skilled laborers and unskilled laborers, there are lagging in upgradations, and we are less resources with technologies and machinization, industrialization. We are still in the service sectors.
Hence, I want to add point in that if you have lots of population, it will be very difficult to employ such kind of population. It will require lots of amount of infrastructure. So if you want to get the people employed, first of all, you need to have a less population. You can take an example of European country. Why they are developed? Because they have been having a very low population. Engaging and building infrastructure for such a low population is very easy task. You can also take an example of COVID pandemic. Why we are suffering from that? Because we are having a lot of population, and the European country was easy to handle it because they are having a good health infrastructure. So ultimately, the population is the major.
Yes, sir.
I will agree with number 6. Because at some point that about the poverty, when after independence, there are lots of people who are below poverty line, and so after recovering from that, we have to take some actions, because all the people are not unable to use all the resources because of the poverty. So poverty is one of the main reasons, just because we have to convince our people so that they can use limited resources, and we can provide all the people that resources.
Sir, I would like to add in something that if we took an example, we go to the background of India from 1948 or earlier before, one father can have 4 or 5 children. There is no proper policy that we can have for being controlling the population. It's just like this, we are having a scheme for overpopulation. After that scheme, we are being controlling our population growth.
So I want to
See,
add
population is the main reason for the
unemployment.
Yes, but how can we solve this problem? How can
Yeah,
we
we can
solve this
reduce
problem? No, we don't have to reduce. Like, it is a difficult problem. What we can do is we can segregate the population, like in different sections. Suppose, let's take an example. Like, let's say that Kerala has some sort of economic problems. So instead of handling the entire state at once, we select a section of the state, like a district or even a smaller part. We work towards it, we educate the people over there. Because education leads to employment, employment leads to economy, economy leads to development, and development will finally make us a fully developed country.
And I want to add that just because after independence we have to develop some educational institute, just because we can give proper education and in a proper manner. Just as you said that before independence, one father has 4 to 5 children. If they get educated, then they can go for the हमारे 2 policies, like we can implement on that. So we have to educate the people of India. So for that we have to go for the people who are below poverty line. We have to give them education, and just because they are not available
And that is
to.
our also point that having a lots of population, how can you educate such
How
a
can you
And
educate
are
all
also-
the people in the country?
He is also talking about you are also talking about
Because
independence.
we
You are
also
talking
have a
about
huge population.
value and
So we
independence.
should
That's why
not
we are
consider
given
that
to
it's
the
not
best
like
we
it's
can
like
improve,
like
and that is the
we
that
remove
reduces
the
fund of
population.
our.
Education
So
shows
that's
that
why
we
But
number 9 population
But number 9, I would like to add that we have limited resources, but the population is growing day by day, day by day, day by day, day by day.
We cannot reduce the population. We can
See that
control
And
it.
Russia
But
even
the
the
people
example
who
of
are-
Russia.
people who
Russia
are
has a
grown-
large geographical
people who
area and
are-
low
people who have
population. So
already
Russia is
grown in
focusing
India.
on its population.
People who
Though
have
it is
already
the
grown,
developed country, it is the
who are in
very
their
fast
age of
expanded into
education.
Because of the population.
Because
You are talking about the population.
You are talking
who
about
are
the poverty.
undergoing
You are
education.
talking about the
We can
poverty
see
of
China.
India.
Focus on people
China
who
is
need
not
education.
developed that much.
Sir,
If
let-
we
let-
address the
let's-
people who
let's
need
take an
education,
example. If-
we should focus on them. The people who need education, they are
Yes,
there in
everyone
India,
needs
and we should
education.
focus
We
on
know
them.
that our country is having a young population.
Let's take an example.
Friends,
If we
I want
have a
to- I
population
want
of
to-
50 units, and we have a resources like 100 units, and one person acquire one resource, but we have
think it's
a
opposite in
50
other
resources left, but population we can use
Population is
50 resources
I want-
and
I want to add point- I want to add
another
points.
things, so
Yeah.
we can be
Yeah,
developed easily.
I also want to add some points in the chase number 3. You are talking about the poverty and education. Okay, if you have a land, you will. If you have an overpopulation, it will get fragmented. How will you having a limited resource for the
The thing is
overpopulation?
not the
Okay.
resources. How
Yeah.
we are replacing our population.
It is,
Yes.
see,
everybody
in
knows
Africa
we have
there are
managed
every
resources
there are
and
lot of
number of
resources. How they are using?
What
See
we have to do
Japan.
is
They
manage
don't
the
have
resources.
resources, but
If
how they are
people
how the
managing
people
the
are
resources,
using. So
they are
thing is
coming
how
from the
people
poverty
we are
and they are
replacing. We
educated.
have a young
Then we
population
use
now.
the
If you are talking
Among the
about-
country we are
if
the
you
only
talking
having
about
the young
education,
population.
if you will give education to have, as we are giving the education, they will get the graduate and still they are unemployed.
See,
because this is
because of
limited
the
resources. Yeah.
Because of the
it is
vacancies
not
are
limited,
limited,
but
jobs
it
are
is
there,
limited.
system we are.
Education
What
is
is
the
the meaning of
See,
education?
no,
Then
it
they are
is
also
not
getting
like that.
graduates.
Even there are graduates, but they are still unemployed only.
It has
Resources
to
are
get
very
some
limited.
job.
Because of the
We are
vacancies.
focusing
on
Vacancies are less
resources.
and the yes,
Resources.
and the
And
resources are
He is
more.
saying we have best
We are
education.
not-
I am an
if we
aeronautical
are
assistant.
focusing on that, we are-
In
that-
that
if people get people are not employed, then we that is employment is not with that type that government has to provide the employment.
For being
We
employed,
have to
they
go for
have
the
to be
business also.
limitless
There are
resources.
limited number of
For being
organizations.
employed, they have
Yeah.
to be limitless resources.
Yes,
There are
and
vacancies,
But we
there
are having a
vacancies,
limited
but the
we are having
applying
limited
graduates are also higher
population is
than the
increasing.
limited
We can
vacancies.
still handle those
We have to apply
resources.
for the job.
The
We can
only
do all
thing
the
that we
business
have to
also.
do is we
Because
have to
the-
manage
how
our
we
resources.
plan
We
employment.
have to
That
properly allocate our resources.
that to require
The
resources.
major challenge
That to
is
require
we have to
the
create the
resources
employment.
that we have,
We
we
are-
are not using
government-
them
there are-
properly.
there are-
We have to
Only
create
government has to
There are
create
more
the
number of
employment.
government schemes
employment.
for startups, bro.
By business.
Everything needs
So, friends,
resources,
that is also
but
required
resources are
the
limited,
resource and
and the
infrastructure,
population
yeah.
is growing day by day. Means
we need more
Friends, you can-
infrastructure for
okay,
the
friends,
people.
You
Yes,
can take an
that's
example of
my
agriculture
point.
also. You can take an example of agriculture. Earlier, what used to happen, every child worked on an agriculture field. Now, what is happening? There is a limited resources. Suppose their agriculture land and their population is continuously growing. What they are doing? They are moving to the urbanization. Urban countries because they are not having the resources to work on the agriculture. Still, if the population will improve, there will be not job in the urbanization, not in the agriculture.
But still
And
the
we
urban
will-
countries
we will
are
face
doing
the-
that.
So they will fail in all the most of the all the most of developing.
Okay, why are they moving to urban centers? It is because they are not getting their opportunities. Why are they not getting opportunities? Because resources that the area has, it is not being utilized properly. See, in villages, what happens is that, let's take the case which you are saying, that people move from your village, so from the fields to urban centers. Now, first of all, you have to wonder that why are they working in fields? Okay, the major problem is that they don't have education. It again comes down to the basic point. If they have education, then they can work towards their goal.
Friends, if everybody will start educating and working on the
Friends,
agriculture-
I would like to-
because
I would
they are
like to
getting
add
low
some-
wages for the
I-
agriculture.
Yes.
That's why they are
If
the
you
most
have
important
a
of
resource,
agriculture.
won't you utilize it?
Industrialization.
Same the thing are doing
But
in the
it
farming.
is not
Just
like
number
if
two,
I
we are
have
doing, we will
resources.
having industrialization. Okay, suppose we are having industrialization, and if everyone goes to the urbanization or everyone getting the job in their particular area, so they will not the agriculture. Do you mean that?
I didn't get you what you
If they have an infrastructure in their particular village,
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that they don't have proper education. Okay, so what happens when once we get education? Okay, that expands our mind. Okay, it is not like if a farmer's son is educated, he'll be able to do n number of things. Suppose he clears his 12th, then he has endless number of streams. Let's say, suppose he did science. Okay, he has engineering, he has BSc. If he's not interested in that subject, he can change his stream. He can go to BCom or any other stream. But you see, and from there he can go and work in endless positions. Sir.
But government
It is-
has many schemes. But government has many number of schemes.
I would like to add
Yeah,
a
they are
point.
providing until 8th. They are providing free education, and after 8th also.
Just number one, you can see also that there are lakhs of engineering and BCom students are coming.
Then-
Still, they are not getting
So,
employed.
Because they are
Because there is
unskilled.
not a limited
Because they are
number.
unskilled.
If you will
They are
educate
not
them, there are
unskilled
so many
because of the
heavy
population.
educated
The
people
vacancies
who are
are more.
not
See the
properly
ratio
See,
of
there are
the see
many
the ratio
colleges.
of all
There are no,
examinations.
they don't have enough
For
resources
one
for the
seat, there
college.
are 200
That's
people.
what
More than
number
200 people
seven.
are applying for one
So
seat
we
in
are
vacancy.
increasing our
If
population.
we have,
So
we have no
population is the
resources,
main factor.
how can we,
Still we are developing.
how can we build
But
institution,
people
extra
who get
institution?
education, they can do their own thing.
If
They
we
can
don't
get
have
into
a-
startup.
This is the thing, yeah. We
Enough
are
resources.
educated people.
How can we
We
fund
want
a
to develop
institution
population of
in which we can
Once a person gets
educate
education,
person?
he gets a direction.
Government
He
making
can
a
do
scheme for it.
anything.
Government
Yes,
already
that-
has made the several schemes. Yeah,
Yes,
schemes,
yes,
yeah.
that's why we are
And those
developing
schemes
the
are
population
working.
more.
The schemes help. The schemes
Just
help.
because
The schemes are helping to
Yeah,
the
but
kids.
if there are
The
not
graduates and
population,
children
also
schemes are
only
actually
challenge
their
is that-
education.
You can take example of, let us example
the
of
only challenge is
Agriculture farming
Friends,
is the
let us-
also the one of the
okay, friends,
scheme
let
of
us
the
take an example of
government.
Manrega scheme,
And
okay?
by that we can
Government
government
is for unskilled labor.
You can take an example of you are saying that the schemes are not working properly. You can
I'm
take an
saying
example
working.
of
I'm saying working. They're working. They work.
Right,
They
let him
help the
complete.
people.
okay, we are having a Manrega scheme. Okay, it is for unskilled labor, but we are having so much of unskilled labor because of population. We are
Yes.
not able to give the provide the job.
How much unskilled labor
In
you will
addition to your
even
point,
immediately.
Less labor, you
I
know, less
understand
population.
your
Then it
So
will
the
be
government
better.
will need to use more resources
That is why
to
again I
train
come
the
back to
unskilled
this
laborers.
section that we should focus on an area. We should work like, let's say, I'll again state the same example. Okay, let me just say. Okay, what's happening is that instead of focusing on a small particular area at once in one go, we focus on a very large area. Okay, and we all know that India has a population crisis. So we should work on sections. That way we'll be able to manage the resource that we have, utilize it properly. So this is something which will help us go ahead. Our main is to take the country forward, right? So if we work systematically with a plan, then we'll go ahead. We can't say that we have a huge population, that's why we are not developed.
Sir,
We have
and
to
of course,
accept that.
Then I would like
That's the
to
main
one
point.
I
that's
accept
the main
that.
point.
But
we are not
We are agreeing to your point. So the first problem is to be resolved is the population is only.
So friends,
Because of population are limited.
Overpopulation leads to unemployment.
Population cannot be resolved.
Friends,
These are
the
the
Population
areas
is cannot
Okay,
be
friends.
resolved so easily.
Sir, have you listened
So
about
what we have, we can work with it.
Overpopulation.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
decreasing
you can take an
population
example
is
of China also. Okay, you can take an example of China.
Yes,
they are
Why the
decreasing.
China is stick to the one-child policy? If the population is not the problem, it can include its
No,
population.
child-
Its
one-child
geographical
policy
areas
didn't
also
work
enough.
there.
So
See,
they will get the employed also.
implemented
One-child
the
policy was a
one-child
failure there.
policy, okay.
One-child
But they are
policy
was a
again
failure.
ended up
Population
they
is
are
not
again
saying
ended
no.
up in
Now
a
they are
problem.
now they are just changing the population.
They have to
population.
They
The older
changed the
generation
population.
but brain drain is
Again
also
ending
what
up in
brain.
that's why they
Have you
implement the one child policy.
have you heard about brain drain? Brain drain is also a major cause or a major reason for of
Gentlemen, I would
Our
like to
population,
include
because there is-
for the development. First, we need education.
drain is not
Next,
a
we
reason
need
for
capital.
overpopulation.
The third thing is liquidity. For liquidity, we see there are a lot of poor
Yes.
and uneducated people. They don't go to bank. They didn't deposit the money. So suppose think a farmer who is earning 50,000. He still keep the 50,000 in his home only. If we deposit in the 50,000 in bank, the bank will lend 40,000 to some other people. Some other people can take the lend and he can start a business. If he start a business, he can give work to
Sustain
some.
himself.
He can give like a job to some other people. So
Yes.
the economy will increase.
Yes.
So the thing is, we need to educate
banks
about the
are not
economy
safe.
as well as the
I
banking system.
completely agree
Yes,
with you, sir.
that's all. That's
Basically,
my point.
it
When
can
we are
also earn
creating
interest on its
education,
money,
that is
kept
the
money.
best thing for the better utilization of
If you will
resources.
look at your environment, there will be lots of educated people wandering helter and skelter for the job. Why? Because there is a lack of infrastructure, you know.
That's
If
why
the
I'm saying
RTO
that
is
increase our
limited,
capacity.
there are more number of educated people. Even there are graduates, more number of graduates applying for even the state PS exams and the government exams. The vacancy ratio
have
is
a
no
limitless
population.
We have a limitless population. Yes, I agree with you. I completely agree with you.
Then-
But if the people are not educated, the situation you are saying, as somebody said that the educated people, they are roaming around. Okay, they will find something. The educated people, they always find their track. Okay, but it is better than people who are uneducated. They keep roaming here and there. They won't be able to land up a job.
Friends,
if they do not have
about the education, not education. We have to
People
discuss
are
about
not
the
educated, then
overpopulation.
can't create the.
Yeah,
if
government
people are
can
not
see the
educated,
overpopulation
they
with the
can't
people.
create
We
the-
cannot
What
decrease
is
the
the
overpopulation. We can
overpopulation?
only solve, we can
What
solve
they
the
are
overpopulation.
about considering about them.
Employment.
They can study by themselves with the help of schemes by providing by governments. Yeah.
Yes, so
see,
they can study.
yeah.
na?
See, gentlemen,
So
we
when
So
can't
I-
reduce the
government is
population.
providing, wait.
See,
Government is
what I'm
providing
saying-
schemes for uneducated people. So the main point is there are more number of uneducated people, so we cannot resource them.
That's why we are not-
So the main point
We are
is
not
that I think-
discussing, we are not
Yeah.
discussing
Again,
about
that-
the population. We are not saying that India should have a zero population.
Yes.
There should be
Yeah,
population.
that
Our-
is
our-
popular
our-
population,
our-
but we
our-
can
our-
decrease
our-
it.
Population is a problem,
Why
but it's not the only
let
problem.
him say.
That
He's
is
saying
the
a very
biggest
valid
problem in
point.
India.
Now we come to the end of the group discussion. It was indeed a very healthy discussion.
Thank you, sir.
Don't forget to subscribe to our new channel SSB Short Plus for exclusive new videos. Also follow us on Instagram for all the latest updates. Check out a Short guide to crack SSB on Amazon. The link is in the description below.